Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's look, I'm going to be doing this half cut crease Go To Glam. I just love these colors on me. I just always lean toward the more orangey, bronzy, gold side because it just makes especially blue eyes pop. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling so we can get into the tutorial. If you want to see how I did it, just keep on watching. See ya! Okay, first things first, I'm going to prime my face with the Benefit Professional Primer. And I'm just going to take about a pea-sized amount and work that into the areas more where I have like blemishes that I want to blur out or pores. Because that's basically what this primer is for. Next for foundation, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible in the shade 102 Shell Beige. Next, to conceal my under eyes, I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light. I'm just going to blend that out with the damp beauty blender. Next, I'm just going to set all of that into place with my RCMA No Color Translucent Setting Powder. With a Morphe GO brush, just a big fluffy powder brush, I'm just going to dust all of that off. Next, to bronze up my skin, I'm going to use my Hoola by Benefit bronzer. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on another smaller fluffy brush and just put a little bit on the temples of my forehead. Next for blush, I'm going to be using my Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my brows with my Anastasia Brow Definer in the shade Chocolate. Using a flat definer brush, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit more of that Tarte Shape Tape concealer from earlier and just go ahead and carve out the brows. I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out with the damp beauty blender. Okay, next for highlight, I'm going to go ahead and use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost in the shade Ice Cold. Next, before we go ahead and move on to the eyes, I'm just going to take a little bit more of that RCMA No Color Setting Powder from earlier, and I'm just going to clean up this contour just a little bit. And then I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that excess powder away with my Morphe M438 brush. Okay, next we're gonna move on to the eyes, and I'm gonna zoom you guys in really fast and I'll be right back. Okay, for today's eyes, I'm gonna start off with my Morphe 350 palette, and for a transition shade, I'm gonna start off and use this shade right here, and I'm just gonna buff that into my crease on a Morphe M441. And you're just gonna wanna make sure that you're focusing that color mainly on the upper part of your crease. Next, in that same Morphe palette, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade and I'm gonna focus that more on the outside corner of my eye. And I'm gonna take this on a Morphe M433. It's just a little bit more of a denser blending brush, so it's gonna help pack on the color a little bit more. And I'm just lightly pressing. I'm not using too much force at all. I'm just kind of lightly patting it on there. And then once I don't have as much product on the brush, I'm going to still stay in that crease area. You're not gonna wanna get it on your lid, but you don't have to be too precise because we're gonna take that concealer and cut the crease in a second. So I'm just gonna take that lightly to the inner corner of my eye, but you want to mainly focus it on that outside corner. For the next shade, I'm going to take this darker coffee color shade on that same Morphe M433 brush. I'm just going to do the same thing and just barely lightly tap it. Then I'm going to take just a clean, fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to go over all of that to make sure that we don't have any harsh lines. And so far you should have something that looks like this. Okay, next I'm just going to take that same flat definer brush from a little bit earlier, and I just took a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to press into that and barely just get any product on the brush. And this is the part where you kind of have to be more precise, but it's super easy. It's not hard. It does take a little bit of practice, but it's not that bad at all. And now whenever I go in to do mine, I have hooded eyelids, so I like the cut crease to show whenever my eyes are open. So I take mine a little bit above my eyelid. This is just all how you want to do it, depending on your eye shape and what you're comfortable with doing. You can follow the natural crease of your eye, that's totally fine. I just bring mine up a little bit more so it's seen when my eyes are open. And you're just going to want to make sure that you're looking slightly down when you're doing this, so that the concealer doesn't transfer onto your eyeshadow that you just placed. Next, to just put over that cut crease area, I'm going to go ahead and use the Morphe 25B palette. I'm going to use this beautiful metallic foiled shadow right here, this gold one. So pretty. And this eyeshadow could be a little bit more glittery for me, so I'm just going to take some on my brush, and then I'm going to use just a setting spray and go ahead and spritz it a little bit. I do this just with about every shimmer eyeshadow that I use, because it will literally turn your shimmering eyeshadows into straight metallic, like foiled eyeshadows. It's nuts. And after I've done that, I'm just going to take my Morphe M433, and I'm not going to pick up any more product on it, but it still has that coffee shade on it, and just with the product that's left on it, I'm just going to go ahead and pat where that glitter meets the brown, just to kind of blend it out a little bit. And you should have something like this. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my other eye off of camera. I'll be right back. Now, to finish off the eyeshadow, I'm just gonna take a Morphe M321, just a precise little pencil brush, and I'm gonna take this shade underneath the lash line. And next I'm going to take that same chocolatey coffee color, and I'm going to take it on that same Morphe 321 brush. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a winged liner, and I'm going to use my Kat Von D Tattoo ink liner. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I just went ahead and popped a black kohl liner in my waterline and popped on some Ardell Lashes, which I'll leave in the description box down below. But I hope you guys had a great time watching this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!